Welcome to a very special on location edition of Stocks to Watch. I'm Ashley Berry, and today we're taking you behind the scenes of a pioneering clean energy project right here in the United States. We're joined by Ina Braverman, founder and CEO of EcoWave Power, trading on the NASDAQ under the stock symbol WAVE. EcoWave Power is known globally for turning ocean waves into renewable electricity. And now they're launching their very first U.S. pilot at the port of Los Angeles, California. But this isn't just a story about innovation, it's a story about local manufacturing, American jobs, and a clean energy future built right here. And joining Ina today are two key partners from the factory floor who you'll meet just a little bit later. Ron Atias, Vice President of Engineering at EcoWave, and Adam Demers, a woman-owned fabrication company based in California called Always Metal, so one of their partners. So it's very interesting. Adam is a project manager, and they are all playing a critical role in the development and production of the signature floaters being installed in LA. So we are so excited for this conversation. Ina, welcome to the show. I see that you have a lot going on behind you. Let's start with, what are floaters and the big picture here? Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
So the floaters are basically what will be attached in the Port of LA. We're producing 7 units of floaters here in the Port of LA, and we have already 1 unit that's there that came from Gibraltar. The floaters will be attached to the existing man-made structures, going up and down with the movement of the wave. So, Ina, we just saw you inside. Now you're outside where the floaters are being manufactured. Can you walk us through what this pilot will look like and what technology you're deploying? So we're deploying EcoWave Power's proprietary technology where we connect floaters, the floaters that we can see in the back of me, on an existing pier. The floaters are going up and down with the movement of the wave, pushing hydraulic cylinder and generating clean electricity. So that's basically how the technology would look like. We're super excited about the Port of Los Angeles project because it's our first project in the United States, and it's done in one of the largest ports in the United States, the Port of LA, as part of a partnership with Alta Sea, which is a blue engineering hub, and co-investment from Shell. So we really see it as a significant step of penetrating the US market. And so you also teamed up with Always Metal, a California-based women-owned manufacturer. What led to that partnership, and how important is local sourcing, would you say, in your US rollout? So local sourcing is very important to us. We want to engage the community. We want to create clean jobs and green jobs. So not only we produce clean electricity for the benefit of the community, but we also engage with the community to produce our equipment, to operate and maintain the power station, for the licensing, for the engineering, and so on. So our partnership with the Always Metal in that regard is very valuable to us, since the CEO is a woman, which is very, very rare in the energy industry and in the production and definitely heavy steel production industry. So we're very proud of the partnerships. And soon we will be announcing even more partnership with the family-owned business that will be installing the floaters, a local company here that will be doing the operation and maintenance of the floaters. So we're looking to engage and create kind of a very positive environment around wave energy here in Los Angeles, California, and in any other location where we plan to work at. Yeah, and you also mentioned Alta Sea hosting the site to Shell Marine Renewable Energy, stepping in as a co-investor. So the project clearly has attracted major players. What brought them to the table, and what does each one bring to the success of the pilot, would you say? So I think that wave energy has been discussed in the United States for a very long time. According to the United States Energy Information Administration, wave energy on its own can generate 66% of all the United States energy needs. So I think in general, it makes sense to be involved in something that can generate this amount of clean electricity, 66%. That's huge. So what I believe that Shell probably see it as commercial opportunity for the future, because not only that we can install it in commercial ports to produce clean energy for the ports and coastal communities, but in the future we can also potentially install it on offshore oil drilling platform and gas drilling platform. And we, as even as part of our feasibility study, we checked that opportunity. And Shell also funded a feasibility study of the whole US coastline, where we identified the first 77 sites in the United States where we can actually install commercial scale deployment. And about Alta Sea is a hub for blue innovation. And it's natural and it makes sense that a hub for blue innovation will be kind of the house of our first wave energy pilot in the United States.
Certainly sounds like incredible synergies there. And I also understand that permitting is already secured. That's a big hurdle, of course, in renewable infrastructure. So, what key milestones, Ina, would you say investors and energy watchers should look for next?
So you're absolutely right. We went through kind of a big milestone with the securing of the licensing. We received the licensing from a federal license from the Army Corps of Engineers. We received the engineering license to install from the Port of Los Angeles, which is huge, because think that up till to this date, any wave energy company that wanted to install anything in California didn't have a pathway. There was no clear route to install anything on a breakwater or a pier or a jetty. And now with this new pilot that we're putting in, we also were able to develop the route for licensing for the future. And as for the next milestones, I think the next milestones are definitely finishing the construction of the floaters. 3 floaters are ready. 4 floaters are on the way. 1 floater is already in the port of LA. The installation of the floaters, which will happen in July. So in less than 1 month, we will install the floaters with, again, local family-owned business for installation. And then actually the official launch, which where we plan to have a representative from government, media, researchers. And I think really this is kind of the first step in wave energy penetrating officially the US market. And this is a huge market. This is a huge opportunity for clean electricity, for employment, and basically for a lot of good for the local population.
Yeah, absolutely. Love the energy and enthusiasm. And speaking of government, the US Department of Energy says wave energy could actually power 130 million homes annually. So, what would you say EcoWave Power's vision is for scaling here? And how soon could that future be a reality for you?
So the United States is definitely a key market for us. This is why we worked so hard to create the regulatory framework and to put at least the first pilot here on ground. And we already see that this pilot is creating a lot of kind of positive impact around it. So not only that the licensing pathway has been created, but also there's the Senate Bill SB 605 that were approved by Governor Newsom into law, which is meant to support ocean energy renewable technologies. So with the governmental support, with an operational pilot coming soon, with the licensing pathway that is clear, I believe that really EcoWave Power can take a significant portion of the wave energy market in the United States. Here we're outside. We can see 2 floaters, 1 floater that is ready, 1 floater that is still in process of construction. And I'll take you maybe inside to show you some other things that are happening. So here it's still out. So here we can see the arms of the floaters. We can see Jan and Adam. Wait, I'll go inside and I'll try to show you here as well.
Okay, so Ran, you are now back in where Ina was, and it's just amazing to see this work. From a technical and engineering standpoint, what would you say makes EcoWave Power System different from other wave energy technologies being developed right now?
So basically, EcoWave Power takes the advantage of onshore existing infrastructures and pairs it together with a simple mechanical design. Those 2 key factors are actually allowing us to tackle all the engineering challenges that have been slowed down this wave energy development. By placing it onshore, we have easier access to installation, easier access for grid connection, and also accessible maintenance.
So, Ran, these floaters are being produced locally, as we saw, installed on existing infrastructure. So, how would you say this approach helps reduce environmental impact while still boosting scalability?
So while we are installing it on existing infrastructure, we are minimizing the impact on the marine ecosystem. And by sourcing local manufacturers, we are eliminating the need of boat traffic.
So behind you there, can you kind of explain, what's happening here inside the factory and how exciting this is for you to be there today on the ground?
Actually, it's very exciting. Although it's the smallest floater we have, it's still relatively big. And when you are going out from the CAD design, from the computer, and you see it on full scale, it's always exciting. And it's also exciting because it's the first project in the US. So basically what you see here is one of the key elements of our system, the floater, which is in charge of on the buoyancy control that can actually start all the process of compressing the hydraulic oil and making it into electricity.
All right, Adam. So now we are in another section of the warehouse. Could you talk to me a little bit about what attracted your company to partner with EcoWave Power? I understand you're a project manager at Always Metal.
Yeah, that's correct. Always Metal is passionate about innovation and sustainability. So we're teaming up with EcoWave Power was a natural choice for us. The cutting edge approach that EcoWave is taking, it aligns perfectly with our goals and objectives here.
Certainly. And what's it been like collaborating with an international clean tech company? Any surprises or insights from the production side?
It's been very dynamic and inspiring, to be honest. It requires a lot of custom metal fabrication that we do day in and day out, but it's really it's been a fascinating experience developing for this type of technology.
And let's talk about the fabrication process. What materials are used specifically, and how do you ensure that the floaters can withstand tough marine conditions while keeping production domestic?
Yeah, of course. We use high carbon steel, and you combined with the marine grade quality paint, it'll ensure water tightness and durability through the harsh wet conditions.
And from a value standpoint, how would you say this project aligns with your company's focus on sustainability and job creation in California?
Absolutely. California is one of the greenest states you can find out there. So it aligns perfectly with our goals and objectives. We're always a forward thinking company. Teaming up with EcoWave Power has been a delight.
Certainly. And looking ahead, if this LA pilot succeeds, which I think it will, do you see Always Metal playing a larger role in the potential national rollout of wave energy?
We're really excited for this. It's a great opportunity and it's a great project to be a part of. So we're really excited.
Well, Adam, Ran, and Ina, thank you so much for your time today. This has been an incredibly exciting interview. This project is more than just proof of concept. It's a real-time demonstration of how climate tech, domestic manufacturing, and job creation can really intersect with a globally tested technology, strategic partners, and a clear commitment to sourcing locally. EcoWave Power is well positioned to be a major player in the renewable energy space, both here in the United States and around the world. Thank you so much for joining us at your LA factory. What a pleasure it has been. For more information on EcoWave Power, you can visit ecowavepower.com. And investors, thank you so much for watching Stocks to Watch.